Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and welcome to your February astrology readings. So, things we can expect starting in the month of February. On the 1st, we have in bulk, which your areas of focus there are awakening, cleansing, healing, hope, illumination, innocence, inspiration, light, patience, sprouting, transitions, and well-being. That also shares a day with the full moon in Leo, so that's going to be a very interesting time. Then we have a Friday the 13th, which, in my opinion, Friday the 13th is the day of the divine feminine. So this is a day where we cleanse away aspects of yourself that you no longer need. We face fears. It is the day of the goddess and honoring the divine feminine. Then on February 17th, we have a new moon in Pisces. So, very exciting month ahead here. It is also the start of the Chinese New Year. I believe that is February 17th as well, which pairs with that new moon in Pisces date. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into your astrology sign. Welcome, Scorpio, to your February monthly astrology reading. We're going to jump right into your spread and see what's going on for this month, what you can expect, anything to avoid, just information that you may need to know at this time. And let's get started. All right, so the first card that I've pulled for your spread today is from the In Bulk Oracle. And so we've got number 25, Groundhog. Wake up, dear one, from the slumber you find comfort in. The truth is seeking those ready to acknowledge it. All right. So your keywords are alertness, waking up, and truth seeking. Okay. So this card suggests a feeling of being blindsided, such as when you experience an unexpected betrayal, when in truth the threat has been in front of you all along. Perhaps you have chosen not to see it, or your attention is trained on something else. Either way, the truth is coming to light now. You can choose to continue to hide from what is in front of you, therefore facing delayed pain and heartache, or you can face it, heal, and move on to a much healthier and jovial time. If you have not faced anything unusual recently, this card advises you to be mindful of potential dangers. Stay alert and notice any subtle changes, especially in the behaviors of those around you. There may be time to solve a problem before it actually becomes one. Okay, so because this is a February reading for you, definitely something to be aware of. There may be something that comes out this month that it feels like it was a red flag at some point and either you ignored it or you didn't see it. I'm also getting that someone could have talked you out of believing whatever this was against your better judgment. Like what this is giving me is a frenemy. Maybe there's been someone in your life that you trusted, and for whatever reason, maybe even other people told you not to trust this individual or group of individuals, and you had not experienced anything yourself, so you allowed, things to unfold the way that they would, and it's almost like it caught up with itself at some point. So it's like you initially maybe didn't see the thing people were talking about, and then suddenly it blindsided you. Like, oh, it happened to you now, which is the thing that everybody's been saying all along was going to happen to you. But because, again, you wanted to believe that there's good in people and good out there, maybe you ignored it, or and again, there's nothing wrong with that, because what I'm feeling here is that you like to give people a fair chance. I'm one of those people too. Like if somebody comes up to me and be like, oh, don't trust so and so over there, they're terrible, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye out, but I'm very much an innocent until proven guilty kind of person. So I myself wouldn't just go accusatory towards somebody, without any evidence or, obvious signs of something. So I'm getting that was something that occurred here with you about a group or a person or maybe even a job, relationship, something like that. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come out here. We've got balsamic moon, a time for healing. Okay. So whatever this is for you, it is going to ask you to heal from this situation. Okay. And again, it feels like you may have put some deep trust in a situation, in a person, in a relationship, in a something here. And something was revealed to you about that group or individual where you just couldn't believe it. So it's asking for your attention now. Okay, it's coming to the forefront for a reason. So it's time to heal from that situation. All right. The next one that came out, we have the winds of change. Your surroundings will undergo transition. We've also got Mystic Circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. And then we've got the Chimera, which is imagination clouds your judgment. All right. So what I'm getting is that there's a potential thing that occurred. Again, masks. That's what I'm getting in particular. Someone didn't want you to see that version of them that maybe everybody else told you about. And so they tried to cover that up as best as they could with you. And the mask slipped or something to that effect. Now, what this is telling me is that it's changing your life for the better because it's enhancing your abilities now. Maybe what you failed to see in the past is something that will be blaringly obvious now in the future, in the now. And you're looking at things differently. Maybe you're not taking people at their word anymore. You are trusting actions more and looking a little deeper into what people might say, oh, hey, this happened, better watch out for that person. And again, it's still okay to be the innocent until proven guilty type. But rather than dumping your full trust into a person, a situation, prior to having the knowledge of what type of individual they are, it feels like you're going to ask more questions or be more diligent before you put your full trust in a situation, if that makes sense, okay? With the imagination clouding your judgment, it definitely feels like that was done on purpose. It could also have been you just not wanting to believe the truth for a select few of you out there, and it could have been a combination of the two. Maybe you wholeheartedly just wanted to believe the best about this person or this situation, and that other person also didn't want you to see the truth, so that was like a double cover-up, But it's being unveiled now at this time, and you can't unsee whatever this is, okay? All right, we're going to jump into the tarot next. I'd like to see if we can get any more information regarding this situation. What else do they need to know, please, regarding this situation? Tell me more. Tell me more about what's going on in this situation. Thank you. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers, the King of Cups. Somebody was benefiting quite a bit from this situation, and that's the reason they didn't want you to see their true self. Somebody didn't want to let go. Okay, wow. A lot of lovey-dovey energy here. We've got the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups with the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Pentacles. Wow. All right, so Someone found you to be very like loving, nurturing is what I'm getting here. Intuitive, even charming. There was something that you offered to this person or this group that they also benefited from. Comfort. Yep, that's what I'm getting. You made them comfortable. You made them feel comfortable. But there's a change now that's occurring, okay? Lots of change is going to be happening in your life this month because things are being unveiled. Like anything that was swept under the rug is now going to be revealed to you. Like lies, manipulation, secrets. Anybody that was approaching you with any sense of falseness is coming to the surface now. And actually, we're gonna be honest, this includes you. If you have approached any situations with any sense of falseness, it's going to be revealed. So be aware of that. I'm getting that for the majority of you out there, it's going to mostly be the people who have approached you, but there may be some of you that this is going to happen, I'm hearing, for you as well. Not to you, for you. We definitely have a divine union on the table. King of Cups is masculine water sign energy. So again, that could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. With a love offer with the Knight of Cups. So we're not ignoring the love on the table because there is a lot of it. And I'm getting that this is a wonderful change of pace from what you've had before, because this feels divinely guided, divinely protected, divinely led. Whereas things in the past may have been like trauma bonds. So what I'm getting with this time for healing that's occurring right now in your world is you are seeing them for exactly what they are. So you may be assessing like past relationships, not only romantic, but any relationship you've ever had, whether it was familial, friendship, romantic, whatever. And you're looking at what drew you together, what made you stay, and if it ended, why did it end? Like, you're looking at it from an honest perspective. And I'm hearing for once. So again, we were talking about red flags and ignoring red flags. There's definitely things in the past that maybe you looked at a relationship and, you know, maybe you had something in common and you ignored red flags. Maybe you had a trauma bond, meaning you both experienced similar traumas in your life, and that's what drew you together. I'm getting like codependent relationships, where like you would latch onto somebody or they would latch onto you because they were benefiting from your comfort. Maybe you benefited from their comfort as well. And there was this sense of, I'm afraid to let go because if I do, I'm gonna have to face something I don't want to face. So that could have been on your behalf or their behalf. That's why this major change is occurring right now, because we can't do things that way anymore. Spirit's like calling out anybody who's out there like trying to latch onto you or you to latch onto anybody else. And be like, nope, we need to heal the reasons why we're doing that. So yeah, very interesting energy here. let's see what else we have. So the next couple cards I pulled, I asked what needs to go and what needs to grow. So the first one is what needs to go, and we've got number 35. This is Ivy. So for the Ivy card, they are steady, determined, and persevering, and reach new heights, unfurling the leaves to the sun. The obstacles that have blocked your way have become the ladder rungs that now hold you up, a testament to your journey so far. But that path beneath you is starting to crumble, and you're beginning to wobble. It may feel as though your position is unstable, but don't be afraid to let go of your safety net below. The next step is within reach. All right. So I think that's just honestly a beautiful reminder of how far you have come in this journey, and how, again, even talking about safety and comfort, how it may have in the past felt safer and more comfortable to just go back and settle with something familiar. But Spirit's like, nope, we can't do that anymore. What you have in the past found to be safe or comfortable was like a coping mechanism. And you're not allowed to go back to that anymore because the ground underneath that aspect of your life is crumbling. It's giving me ego death. Like that version of you doesn't exist anymore. Therefore, you can't go back to that place because that person's like, Shaniqua don't live here no more. You can't go back to that. You've changed addresses. You've changed who you are and what you identify with. So this is why we have the winds of change on the table here. But guess what? People are always afraid of change, but this feels like honestly beautiful change. Like this is well-deserved, earned, and desired change. This is the change you've been wanting your whole life. Maybe you've been wondering when it will finally show up. Here it is. I love that for you. Because this also feels like you've poured a lot of love into other people and other situations and have not gotten it back. Because people cling to you like you're some kind of savior. But they are not willing to save themselves. Here is your opportunity to move past the savior complex and to start pouring that love back into yourself. And when you do that, this balanced, reciprocated, divinely guided love shows up in your life. And it's everything you've ever hoped for. All right. What needs to grow in your life? We got number 32, the oleander. So a Louisiana servant thought that she could win favor by sickening her employers with cake of oleander and then nursing them back to health. Unfortunately, she accidentally murdered them instead. Learn from her story and think your plans through fully before enacting them. You may think that you can come out on top by acting the hero in a situation that you've sabotaged, but stop for a moment and question whether you should. Things can go wrong in the ways that you never have expected. All right. Savior complex. I'm just going to throw that out there. I feel like I don't need to elaborate on that anymore because that's going to be very self-explanatory. All right. Here is your message from Spirit. Focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating your future. Love it. Your angel number, 222. Persistence will lead to miracles. This is positive, persistent, optimistic, and upward. The thoughts that you have just planted are beginning to grow and take shape. Keep watering and nurturing them, and soon they will break through the ground. Don't give up the first 5 minutes of the miracle. Your achievements will become increasingly obvious, so keep up the good work. Keep positive thinking and stay affirming and keep visualizing. 222 is also synonymous with pairs, okay? Couples, love, partnership, that sort of thing. The next card has an affirmation and a journal prompt on it. So we got the unicorn, number 46. Your affirmation is magic is real. Your journal prompt is, what are some of my favorite magical moments? Like that song just popped into my head from The Sandlot. I know I've spoken on this particular incident in this song where he's like gonna go kiss Wendy Peppercorn, and you hear that song, this magic moment. So that's like right when he plants the kiss. Like she's giving him mouth to mouth, and then all of a sudden he like opens his eyes and he's like, here's my chance. So what moment are you trying to create for yourself? Just keep in mind that your thoughts create your reality, and magic is real, right? This magic moment. So think about what a magic moment would feel like for you and manifest that, because what you think is what you become. All right, so my Scorpio friends, this has been your reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, great. Give it a like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And if it didn't, that's okay. Just remember that you get to shape your own reality, okay? And you are one decision away from a whole different life. All right, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.